Hey folks, good day. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I'm so blessed to be here with you. As you can tell, I just had my hair cut, so I'm looking good. I'm feeling good because you know why? When you look good, you always feel good. You got to be in the position of feeling good because feeling is the key. Now, I want to tell you a story, but before I tell you this sweet story, one of my mentors told me, I want you to think about one thing. I want you to think about a time that you procrastinated on achieving your goal. A time that it was your fault. You can hold no one responsible for not achieving that particular goal. You just didn't do it, you just didn't take action. And hear my story out. There used to be two construction workers, and every 4 o'clock they go out to eat lunch, bring their lunch box out and eat. Every single time one of the guy brings out his lunch box, he screams. And this is the baloney story for those of you who already know the story. Good. For those of you who don't know the baloney story, you're gonna hear it today. So he brought out the lunch, and the first thing that he screamed was, "Baloney again! Oh my God, baloney!" And the other guy was wondering, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with Mike? So he said, okay, maybe he's just having a bad day. It's all we always tell ourselves. So the next day again, and this is a new construction site, so this guy is just getting to know himself, and he brings out the sandwich again. He brings it out and he's grinning. Oh my God, again? Bologna, oh my goodness, it's bologna again. And the guy got tired of listening to him scream so hard about the bologna story, and he said, why don't you talk to your wife? Talk to your wife so she can make something else. And he said in a very soft voice, it's not my wife. It's not my wife. I fixed my bologna. I fixed it myself. So what's the story here, folks? Most of the problems we have in our lives, we are the architect. We are the designer of our problem. No one else designed the problem. You listening to me now. Every problem you have, you were the director, you were the actor, you did everything yourself. You are the problem. And when you know that you are the problem, you take control. You have power over your circumstances. You have power over your situation. But for you to take power, you got to know who is the problem. You can't solve a problem you don't know, right? So you got to know who is the problem. Now I tell you, the only problem you will ever have, there's only one person, the only and the major problem you will have is you and the perception of the way you see things. And this brings us to what I call the power of the mind. And you need to really take your time and look for literatures and read about how your mind works, because this mind is a massive weapon. It's an atomic bomb. You can use this mind to produce whatever you want. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of what the mind can do for you. I'm going to give you just a brief explanation. I want you to jump deep into it after this call and know exactly what you can do with the power of the mind. So folks, I'm going to be using some illustrations here today, and I got some drawings I'm going to be using to be explaining today's training, and I hope you're with me all the way. Just stay with me. Trust me, you're going to learn something today you have never heard about. I promise you, if you just have the patience. And for some of you, you already know what I'm talking about. This is not new, but I'm going to tell you in a different way, in a new way. So, infants. Different parts of the world might not call it an infant. A newborn baby. So this right here, if you can't really see it, This right here is the body of a newborn baby, an infant, as the infant grows up, and this is the mind of the infant. So what mind is this? You can see it's like a cup, it's half. This is the subconscious mind. When you have a newborn baby, only the subconscious mind operates. The baby cannot think for themselves. Babies do not think for themselves. They cannot even clean their own shit. So we help them do, we help them think, we tell them what to eat, we give them what to eat. The only thing that works with the baby is the subconscious mind. And guess what's gonna happen? We feed that baby, that infant, all kinds of the world's value, the world's substances. So if you're from a poor home, for instance, that baby's gonna feed on poverty mindsets. If you're the kind of person that watch TV every day, what's going to happen to that infant? It's going to feed on that kind of mindset. If you're the kind of person that beats up the wife, you have a bad attitude. What's going to happen? That baby is going to keep on feeding on the substances, right? From the parents, from the outside world, from the radio, from the TV. But what's going to happen is that kid is going to grow up with this kind of mentality. Folks, there was a research, and for people that beat up their wives, or the wives, now you got wives beating up their husbands, so be careful. So, and they did a research, and most of the people that were abusive had abusive parents. Hello? Hello? Most of the people who were abusive had abusive parents, because they started in the subconscious mind. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not here to talk about the problem. I'm here to give you the solution. And this is amazing. It's amazing when you think about how you can alter your mind. And when you alter your mind, things begin to change. The world begins to listen to you, because you begin to be the person with a renewed mind. So, here's my next diagram. This is you. This is you, the adult. Now we've left the infant alone. This is you, the adult. So this is your brain. And this is your body. Your body is right here. Look at that skinny leg over there. Huh? This is your body. This is your brain. And you can see the brain, this is not like the infant that we just had the half cup. We have a full round cup right now. So this is your conscious brain, this is your subconscious brain, and this is your body. Now the subconscious brain, this is where all the thoughts. That's why they say, man, you have no excuse, because you have the power to alter your mind. You have the power to decide what you think about. So everything you think about happens here in the conscious mind. And after you think about all this thought, if you don't alter your thinking, it goes and it impresses on the subconscious mind. People call it the emotional mind, and it creates feelings, right? And what happens down here? Actions. But I'll tell you, your attitude is the paintbrush of the mind. So I want you to visualize holding a paintbrush and you're painting. That's your attitude. So what happens is your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, they are supposed to be in harmony. Okay? It's like playing the guitar, playing the piano, and if the notes are not keen to the final output of the music, you know something is wrong. That's where you have the bad attitude, because there's no harmony between the conscious, the subconscious, and the body, which is the thoughts, the feelings, and your action. But you have the power to impress what goes into the subconscious mind, which is the emotional mind. That's where your feelings, that's where you get your feelings from. It's from the subconscious mind. But you see, one fact about the subconscious mind, before I bring this diagram back, I want you to get this. The fact about the subconscious mind, it is so dumb, it cannot tell the difference between good and bad. It cannot. Just like that infant I was talking about. It cannot tell the difference between good. It's just garbage in and garbage out. Just like they say, computer guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, So you feed this mind from your consciousness, from your thinking. That's why they say think positive. Tell yourself it's possible versus I don't know if I can do this. You keep on saying that, you're going to impress it on my guy over here, which is the subconscious mind. And what's going to be your action? Your action is going to be negative. This is science now. I'm not just trying to motivate you and tell you it's possible. I'm giving you the science behind your mind. So what is the lesson here today? And how can you use this to begin to alter your mind? How can you use this to begin to change your life so you can have a good attitude? You can have better results, because your result will never be good if you don't have harmony with these factors right here. So it's so easy to do and easy not to do, okay? If you have a bad habit, for example, check this factors out. Somebody is not playing the right music. Somebody is playing salsa instead of merengue. This is exactly what's going on. You need them to play in harmony, okay? So you want to watch what you feed this guy upstairs, the conscious mind. This is where you can control things. I like what Marcus said. He said, if you're distressed from anything outside, the pain is not from the thing itself, but from your estimate of it. But he says you have the power to revoke. This is huge. This is such a great opportunity that you have the power to decide how you interpret things that come to you. When people cry and say this is bad, COVID story, and you see it as an opportunity, that is the great interpretation. And when that interpretation is right, it is suppressed on the subconscious mind. What happens to your feeling? You begin to feel good. I went to the barber shop today and I told him I want this thing this way. I want this thing that way. What was I doing? Thinking, thoughts. And it began to impress on my subconscious mind. I began to feel good, and I'm here. I'm balled up with action. I'm fired up. This is how your brain works. So you really need to pay attention to what you're thinking. You need to pay attention to your thoughts, because this is what creates your reality. If this is messed up, nothing is going to play the music. This is going to be rock and roll, salsa, and merengue. Okay, so you want these guys to play the music for you so you can have good outcomes. You can have a good attitudes. So the good part of the whole story is you can alter your thinking. Okay, you can change the way you think. There was a doctor that says it takes 21 days. When he did an operation on patient that, plastic surgery, and he said it took 21 days for them to really grab what was going on. So I'm not saying it's going to happen like this. You got to create a strategy to alter that bad behavior. So what's your strategy? Find out your strategy and execute your strategy. Change that bad behavior. If your behavior is procrastination, I tell people procrastination is leaving on yesterday and forgetting today. How's that? Leaving on yesterday, I will do it, and forgetting I should do it right now. Procrastination is a habit. It is an attitude. If you go back and you look at those elements, you will see that the thoughts are messed up. So if procrastination is what's holding you down, that's an easy fix. This is just a bad habit. You got to alter your mind, change your behavior, and be consistent when you design an action to execute, to change that behavior. You want to be consistent, because that's what brings the ball home, consistency. Okay? You need the determination to start, yes. But to keep it going, you got to be constant with your action. You got to be intentional, just like John C. Maxwell said, intentionality is the key. Folks, I hope this has added value to you today. I want you to go back and listen, replay, rewind, listen to this, and do your work. Don't let people do the work for you. Do the work yourself. Research. How does my brain work? Why is this brain so powerful? You need to find out. And for those of you who are my friends on Facebook, I posted something that's so deep. I know some people read it with a different eye. You see, the way you see things is the way things are going to see you. Woo! I haven't said that before. The way you see things is the way things are going to see you. That's the reaction you're going to get back. That's so good. So, and it says stop complaining. Stop complaining about your problems, COVID-19. My husband left me. He left me and my kids with no money. You need to stop complaining and grab a candle. Be the light in your life. Complaining has never helped nobody. I'm yet to see a complaining that has made it so good. Stop complaining and grab the candle. You need to be the light in your darkness, because guess what? No one is coming to save you. You need to save yourself. Grab that candle and let the light shine in your situation and change your situation around. I'm on fire. So that's what I'm talking about. That is how we take massive action. Understand who you are. Understand how your brain works. This is no mystic or cosmic explanation I gave you. This is reality. This is what and how your brain works. It's just one easy thing you have to do, that you begin to do things differently. It's alter the way you think. Change doesn't mean you know your thoughts. I don't want to hear I can't. What can you do? Tell me. Change does I cannot do this, I cannot do that. You need to take that out and fill it in with the I can, I am, it is possible, I'm great, I'm courageous, my self-esteem is high, I'm creating a new life, I'm prosperous, I'm prospering. I'm prospering. Right? So you need to begin to change your words, because your words, folks, you see this mouth, there's life and death in this tongue. What you say becomes your reality. Like I said, remember how the person that's in there, the subconscious mind, is so dumb that it takes anything you impress upon it. Garbage in, garbage out, folks. So learn to fill this mind with goodness. Learn to fill this mind with good stuff, and your life will change. I mean, the effort you're going to use to change your life will be you'll be surprised. It's not as much as you think. When you put the right ingredients, you get the best taste out of life. So I want to urge you, those ingredients that you put in your thoughts, your thinking, those ingredients create the taste of the food. It's either going to taste good or it's going to taste bad. I remember the African saying, you have a good soup. You're cooking a beautiful soup, has nice pepper chicken, and you put just one drop of poison in it. It messes the whole harmony we're talking about. So you want to really guard your brain. Put on the armor. Watch what's coming in and cut it out. Negative thoughts, cut it out. Don't play around with it. Don't sit around and wait for the misery to come and look for someone to complain to. Cut that thinking. Take it out. If you don't take it out, it's going to grab you and take you down. So folks, let's begin to change our thinking. Let's begin to change the way we see things. And when we change the way we see things, things begin to change. And let's make the best out of life, because I'll tell you what, I know something about you don't know, and that is you have greatness in you. You have a blessed day.